To check out how we graded prospects individually in this draft class, be sure to check the link at the bottom of the screen. The Arizona Cardinals are starting to begin the process of rebuilding, as some guys like Carson Palmer have retired, and at some point the ageless wonder in Larry Fitzgerald will also. They also came into the draft wanting to get better in the secondary, and adding a guy like Chris Campbell out of Penn State fits the mold of what new Cardinals head coach Steve Wilks looks for in his corners. Now, what I like about their draft is the youthful talent infusion on offense. Quarterback Josh Rosen gives them a young prospect that is of the same mold of an Eli Manning or a Carson Palmer type. He's a steady player that should thrive out there in the desert. Christian Kirk, I've said numerous times, is an Odell Beckham clone when he was at LSU. Kirk can play any one of the 3 wide receiver spots and doesn't need much to generate a big play. He's powerfully explosive and has that game-breaking ability that you look for at the position. And I've been a big fan of Chase Edmonds' game since his freshman season at Fordham. He's an ultra-productive tailback that's capable of helping out this offense in a multitude of ways. He's going to be a huge steal for the Cards. Will House's tape at Southern Nazarene doesn't even make sense. He dominated his level of competition and more than held his own at the NFLPA game. He's going to be a fun player to watch during the preseason. Andrew Vollard was one of the top tight ends in the FCS at Weber State and was also their #1 option in the passing game. He can play out in space or in line and be equally as effective. Dietrich Nichols out of South Florida has a perfect attitude to play cornerback. He's situationally aggressive, he's quick, and also is the perfect matchup defender in the slot. Matthew Opplinger was the Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year this year, winning the Bushnell Cup. He's better in coverage than most linebackers and still has some upside left in his game to become a much better pass rusher. Staying in the Ivy League with quarterback Chad Canoff of Princeton, this was his first full season as a starter, as Princeton runs a platoon quarterback system, which is phenomenal, by the way. He took full advantage of his opportunities this year and should impress in training camp. Alec Bloom out of UConn is your more traditional inline tight end that's a very good blocker, but is solid enough to be an asset in the passing game. And finally, Owen Abasui out of Hampton is a versatile defensive lineman coming out of the MEAC. He's not as polished as Rodney Gunther was coming out of Delaware State, but he's just as versatile, showing the ability to play multiple spots up front. I gave the Cardinals a B for their draft. I thought they probably should have gone corner in round 3, as there were some talented options still on the board. But overall, a solid class for Arizona. They got the quarterback they wanted and added some dynamic pieces at receiver and also at running back. And they did an excellent job in the undrafted free agent department.